on Fort Bliss, but then he joins the 32nd Army Air and Missile Defense Command. That's when he started working as a property book NCO. So when you join the military and the skill set that he has, he started as a unit supply specialist. And as you promote, you become a unit supply sergeant. And as you advance in your career, you go from doing tactical level stuff like actually inventorying equipment and accounting for it. And then you'll move up to the property book level where it's more oversight and management of those individuals doing it. So these deployments prepared him for this property book position at the G4 level nonetheless, okay? From there, he had a pretty nice assignment. He went to Fort Shafter in Hawaii, you know, surfing and doing all that great stuff. I guess they wanted him to recover from some of those deployments. But after Fort Shafter, he was requested to stand up a forward support company in Fort Riley, Kansas, supporting the 299th Brigade Support Battalion. 4 years of deployments followed that. He went to Africa, he went to Kuwait, he went back to Iraq. But all of that hard work, dedication, and those deployments didn't go unnoticed. My dad always told me, always do the right thing, you never know who's watching, right? And so Uncle Sam, he's like big brother. They're always looking over your records. They're kind of seeing who are the top and premier candidates. So then Griff gets selected for one of his most prestigious assignments, one that most of us in this room probably wouldn't be selected for because of strenuous criteria. He gets selected to go to the oldest infantry command in the United States Army. It's the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment. We call it the Old Guard. The Old Guard has a lot of great responsibilities. First, they can escort the President of the United States. All right, they're the Army's official color guard. They also have duties of watching over the tombs of the unknown in Arlington National Cemetery. But during civil unrest in the DMV area, they can also perform security then. So, like I said, Big Brother, Uncle Sam, kind of looking over the records. They're trying to find a special person for this job. But there's certain criteria, right? You have to have fitness and appearance criteria. First of all, for males, you have to be at least 5'10". To join. For females, you have to be 5'8". So that, no go for me. I already don't meet the cut.
Wow.
You also have to have physical fitness, at least a 230 out of 300 points on your Army physical fitness test. You have to have a certain level of character, keep your nose clean your whole career, no civil convictions, you know, no UCMJ actions, drug-free, alcohol-free, great soldier. You have to be on active duty. Army Reserve and the National Guard cannot be a part of the Old Guard. You meet all those criteria, you're a U.S. citizen and have one of the 35 MOS. Griff checked all those boxes, off he goes to Washington, D.C. He gets there, he does his time working at the property book level, and then the regiment command team interviewed, I believe, several candidates. And out of 3 other senior NCOs, they selected Sergeant First Class Griffin to go on a WIAS tasker to support the Combined Joint Special Operations Air Component in Afghanistan, another deployment. So this is his first joint assignment, his first assignment with the Special Operations community. Who knew that would prepare him for the future he had ahead? So during all the deployments, the PCSs, all those things, somewhere along the line, Griff fell in love. He met the beautiful Angela Griffin. They got married, and the Army has this great program called the Married Army Couples Program. They want our families to stay together. Angela was already stationed here on MacDill at Central Command, still is. And so the Army PCS Griffin down to MacDill to Special Operations Command Central, where he's retiring from now. And so one day I come into the office and I'm swamped. COVID just started not long ago. So we went from working high-level operations to no one being able to go in the office except the mission essential. I went from a 5-man team here to just lonely me until we could get laptops and things for them to work from home. And we had 4 people that were helping out, but it was very stressful. It was a lot. Still the same op tempo. And then, so I got a 92 Yankee NCO a couple of months after that, but we're still swamped. But when that NCO came over to me and said he had an early Christmas gift, the Army is sending us another 92 Yankee. And if you're a part of logistics, you know 92 Yankees are hard to come by. You don't get one, nonetheless, 2. And I'm thinking, oh, the Lord has answered my prayers, right? I get this Army NCO, he's gonna come in. So he comes up, reports for duty, walks up to my desk, position of attention. Sergeant First Class Griffin, reporting for duty. Right? Who is this guy? He didn't salute indoors. I exaggerate, but it was pretty close. So I'm thinking in my mind, I got it now. I got a full team of 5. You know, I'm going to watch over them. We're going to make it, right? In my mind, I thought I had the equivalency of the 1992 Dream Team. You remember? Basketball team. In 92, they had Michael Jordan, right? They had Charles Barkley. They had Patrick Ewing. And they also had Magic Johnson and Carl the Mailman Malone. I love how they give them those extra names. So I gave my team a name. I'm a coach, and I have those 5 individuals, so I gave them names as well. So my NTIC, she's already retired. Her name is Diana Ross. No kidding, her name is Diana Ross. So I give her the name as the point guard of my team, Diana, no, not the singer, Ross, right? Because she's helping me. She's dividing out the tasks. She's helping me run the team. And in basketball, you have to have 2 wingmen, right? Your court shooting guards. So on one side, we had a civilian, kept us organized, kept me on track, made sure I didn't miss any meetings. He covered a lot of the transactions for our special programs community. It was one of our contractors. He's actually present here today. Mr. Benjamin Longbeard Cummins. You'll see him. He's running around. All right? And so on the other wing, we had a lovely lady. She's very charming. She dressed very nice. She was literally the backbone of our team. But she liked to task people. She'll give you tasks, even when they don't belong to you. So we want to name her Miss Ophelia. She'll task anybody, to include the Deputy J4, Thomas. But in order to play basketball, you have to have big men in the paint, right? And so we had an individual who probably has more years of service in the military and out, supporting the United States government than all of our team combined. Super smart guy. Mr. Pablo, he'd rather be playing baseball, Gonzalez, Florida. But to round out that team, that 1992 Dream Team that we talk about, most people think that the most valuable player that year was Michael Jordan. He's the most famous. That's a recognizable name. But it was actually Charles Barkley. He averaged 16 points a game that season. Sergeant Griffin was my Charles Barkley. He jumped on every grenade. He did the tasks I had assigned to him. So I will call him Sergeant First Class Jeremy. Drill and ceremony. Griffin. He's always left face. Right face. So I say all of that in humor. He had an amazing career. He was a master resiliency trainer. He was a master fitness instructor. For here, our command, we had our first EO command team. It was a group of them. They had to be interviewed by the CG, and he was hand-selected to be a part of that team for a year. He also served on the Diversion and Inclusivity Council. So he did a lot of things for us, but I think the highlight of his career here at SOCCENT was when he became our J4X. Now, the J4X job is for our special programs, and it's a Congress-funded program that we utilize. And the person who did it before him was actually a lieutenant colonel. So you go from a lieutenant colonel managing this entire program, and Griff showed enough that he could actually manage that program after him. The acquisition process all the way cradle to grave to the end result of that equipment or the needs of that program. So, as we wrap up your entire career, those 21 years, and we salute you and your family, I want to say thank you. It is such an honor to stand here today to officiate your ceremony. But I'm gonna stop talking because we need to get this guy retired.